All right, guys, and here we go again. We'll just jump straight into this one after we look at the standings briefly. We're back in 1908. It's May 28th, 1908. The Tigers at the Athletics. Tigers are 4.5 games back, and they're trying to come back, but they've lost 2 in a row. Philadelphia half game behind Cleveland, and with a victory here, the Athletics could propel themselves into first place. And one of the big questions, of course, is why are the Athletics so good? And we'll see if we can figure out that as this game goes along. But first things first, here is Matty McIntyre. His roll is a 65 for a 35. There is a little E roll, and it's going to be a 13. That's within the range, and that's an error on the first baseman, Davis, that allows McIntyre to get to first. Here comes Germany Schaefer. Schaefer up there is probably going to bunt, hitting 255. By the way, the pitcher, Jimmy Digert, 4-3 of the record, 2.24 ERA. The league hitting 222 off of him in 64 innings pitched. And so Schaefer going to bunt. Roll here, 15 for an 11, and that's going to be a single, and Schaefer beats it out. McIntyre goes to second, and that brings up Sam Crawford, and it's danger time here if you're an Athletics fan. Crawford rolls a 14 for a 43. Fly ball over to left field. Hartzell has that for the out. 1 away. Here now is Ty Cobb. Cobb hitting a mighty 333. He's been hitting very well lately. His roll is a 65 for a 35, and he walks because of Digert's W, and that loads the bases. You want to know why Digert has not won more? This is why. The 29 walks. 51 strikeouts is good, but he keeps walking, guys. Here's Claude Rossman. Bases loaded, 1 out, top of the first. The roll, 12 for a 24. It's a ground ball over to short. Nichols flips to Collins, and he goes over to Davis for the double play. And that does it for the Tigers in the top of the first. Go to the bottom of the first inning, and it's scoreless. Here comes Topsy Hartzell. Hartzell hitting 216. No power. He rolls a 62 for a 12. Ground ball to first, and Rossman fields that, goes to the bag, 1 away. Simon Nichols up there now. And he rolls a 62 for a 12. There is a little E-roll. It's a 15, so that's changed to an 18. That'll be an error on Schaefer, the shortstop, and so Nichols finds a way to get on base. That brings up Eddie Collins. Nichols does not have an 11, and so we're going to bunt here with Eddie Collins. And the roll, 31 for a 9. It's a good bunt over to the left side. Coughlin fields it and throws over to Downs, covering at first. Nichols goes to second. 2 away, here is Harry Davis. Davis hitting 246. And the roll for Davis is a 16 for a 26, ground ball over to second. Downs fields that, throws to first for the out. And we go now to the top of the second inning. No score. Bill Coughlin will lead this off for the Tigers. Bill rolls a 56 for a 34. There's a little E-roll. It's a 23, which is within the range, and that's going to be an error on the first baseman, Davis. That allows Coughlin to reach. That'll bring up Fred Payne, the catcher. Payne got a bunt. The roll is a 64 for a 29. It's a bad bunt. Bunt over to the right side. Davis fields it, throws over to Nichols, covering at second. That doesn't do it. That brings up Red Downs, and he'll try to bunt. The roll of 25 for an 8. That's a bunt back to Digert, who fields it and throws to Eddie Collins, covering at first. Payne goes to second. 2 away. Here's Wild Bill Donovan. And Wild Bill rolls a 32 for a 26. Ground ball over to second base. Eddie Collins fields that, throws to first for the out. We go to the bottom of the second inning. It's scoreless, and here comes Danny Murphy. His roll, 41 for a 28. Ground ball to Schaefer at short. He goes to first, 1 away. Jimmy Collins now rolls a 43 for a 29. Comebacker to Wild Bill Donovan, who throws to first, 2 away. Donovan, by the way, 3-3, 1.79 the ERA, and a 237 batted against average. And here's Jack Coombs, pitcher/center fielder. He rolls a 15 for a 10 and gets his base hit. That'll bring up Schreckengoss, the catcher. And he rolls a 43 for a 29. That's a comebacker to Donovan, who throws to first for the out. Go to the top of the third inning. It's a scoreless ball game, and here comes Matty McIntyre again. 0 for 1, but did reach a board on an error. He rolls a 26 for a 27. That's going to be a strikeout. That's the first strikeout for Jimmy Digert. That's because of that X. 1 away. Here is Germany Schaefer. Rolls a 21 for a 30. A little fly ball to left, and Hartzell has that. 2 away, and here's Sam Crawford. Crawford rolls a 26 for a 27. There's another strikeout. That's the second for Digert, and we go to the bottom of the third inning. No score. I'm starting to wonder if the Athletics aren't doing well because these games have been close and, 50-50 type situation. Maybe you get lucky sometimes. Jimmy Dygert rolls a 35 for a 13 and strikes out, while Bill Donovan has collected his first. Here's Topsy Hartzell. He rolls a 42 for a 14, and he'll take the walk. That'll bring up Simon Nichols. Nichols up there is surely going to bunt. And he does, and it's a 34 for a 44. Should have called the hit and run. It's a bunt to the right side. Rossman fields it. He flips over to Downs for the out. Hartzell goes to second, 2 away, and here comes Collins. And Eddie's roll is a 16 for a 26. Ground ball over to second. Downs fields that and throws to first for the out. Go to the top of the 4th inning, and it's a scoreless ball game. Up comes Ty Cobb. Cobb's roll 43 for a 29, and that's a strikeout for Dygert, 1 away. Here is Claude Rossman, 3 strikeouts now for Dygert. Rossman's roll 45 for a 14, and there's a walk, so 3 strikeouts, 2 walks now given up by Dygert. I'll bring up Bill Coughlin. Rossman does not have that speed, so there'll be a bunt. The roll of 45 for a 14, that's another walk. So Dygert now has walked 3, and that'll bring up Fred Payne. Payne, not much of a hitter. You can see that by this card. If you play a lot of APBA and these types of games, you just look at that, you know this guy's not going to do much. So he'll bunt. The roll 54 for a 45. There is, however, a little E-roll. It's the 34 outside the range, so it's a good bunt over to the left side. Jimmy Collins fields it, and he throws to Eddie Collins covering at first, and the runners move up. 2 away, and here comes Red Downs. Runners on at second and third. They're going to pitch to Downs. And the roll is a 25 for an 8. That's a fly ball over to center. Coombs has that one for the out. And that does it. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Still no score. It'll be Harry Davis coming up. Only 1 hit for either side. Davis rolls a 44 for an 8. It's a ground ball to short. Schaefer fields it, throws to first, 1 away. Danny Murphy now rolls a 35 for a 9. That's a single for him, but he's caught stealing because of the little C. 2 away. And up is Jimmy Collins. Collins rolls a 36 for a 33, but there is a little E-roll. It's a 31 out of the range. It's a pop-up over to second, and Downs makes that catch for the out. And so we go to the top of the 5th inning. Still no score. Very fast-moving ball game. Here is Wild Bill Donovan. Tigers defending American League champions. Donovan rolls a 26 for a 13 and strikes out. That's 4 for Dygert. The Tigers have struggled so far in 1908. Here's Matty McIntyre. They did in real life too, by the way. Matty rolls a 36 for a 14, and that's going to be a walk. So McIntyre finds a way to get on once again, and that'll bring up Schaefer. And now do you bunt or hit and run? I think we hit and run. Roll 55 for an 8. That's a ground ball over to second. Collins fields it, throws to first. McIntyre goes to second. There's 2 away, and here comes Sam Crawford. Sam rolls a 36 for a 14. That is walk number 5 conceded by Dygert. That'll bring up Ty Cobb, and now here comes the pain, and here comes the danger. Cobb's roll 46 for a 13, and that's a strikeout. 5th strikeout collected by Dygert, and what a big strikeout that one was. So we go to the bottom of the 5th inning, no score. Here comes Jack Coombs. His roll is a 16 for a 26, ground ball to second. Downs has it, throws to first, and there's 1 away. Strecken goes now. He rolls a 66 for a 0. And a 63 for a 7. That'll be a single, and that'll bring up Jimmy Dygert with 1 away. Dygert going to bunt, of course. His roll is a 65 for a 35. There is a little E-roll. It's a 51, way out of the range. That's going to be a bunt. What's happened here? That is a bunt over to the catcher. Payne throws over to Schaefer for 1. They try to throw it at first, but Dygert beats it out. So 2 away. That'll bring up now Topsy Hartzell. Topsy's roll 65 for a 35, and that's popped up. The catcher, Payne, makes that catch for the out. And so we go to the top of the 6th inning. It's still no score. Here's Claude Rossman. Rossman rolls a 61 for a 41, changed to a 40, and that'll be a walk. That puts Rossman on at first, and here comes Clothland, and he has instructions to bunt, and so he does. And the roll's an 11 for a 7. Would have been a base hit. Instead, it's a bunt to the right side. Davis fields it, flips to Eddie Collins at first. Claude Rossman goes to second. 1 away. That brings up Fred Payne. Payne hitting 250. Finally gets the swing away, and he rolls a 61 for a 32. Fly ball to Murphy and right, and there's 2 away as he makes the catch. Here's Red Downs. And Downs rolls a 52 for a 27. That's a ground ball to third. Jimmy Collins fields that and throws to first for the out. We go now to the bottom of the 6th inning. There is no score. Simon Nichols up there to lead this off. Rolls a 55 for an 8. It's a single, and then he's caught stealing again, so 1 away. Up comes Eddie Collins. Collins, 0 for 1 today. Did bunt once, and he rolls a 12 for a 24. There is a little E-roll. It's an 11. So it's going to be another error. Error on the shortstop, Schaefer. I think it's his second of the game. 4th error for both teams combined. That'll bring up Harry Davis. Now, Collins does not have the 11, so we're going to bunt with Davis. Roll 24 for a 13. That'll be a foul strike. Next roll is a 55 for an 8. That's a bunt back to Donovan, who fields it, and he throws over to Downs covering it first. Collins moves to second, 2 away, and here's Danny Murphy. And Danny Murphy rolls a 25 for an 8. That's a single to, where is that to? Over second to center, and that scores the runner, but Murphy then thrown out trying to steal afterwards because of the automatic steal system. Go to the top of the 7th inning. It's a 1-run lead for the Athletics. Here comes the pitcher, Wild Bill Donovan. 1-0 the score. Donovan's roll 24 for 13. Let me make sure I'm in the right place. There we go. And that's going to be a strikeout. And there's 1 away. Here now, Matty McIntyre, top of the 7th inning, 1-0 Athletics. Roll 43 for a 29. That X gives Dygert another strikeout, his 7th of the game, 2 away. Up is Germany Schaefer, 6 walks, 7 strikeouts for Dygert. Schaefer rolls a 64 for a 29, and that's another strikeout. So Dygert strikes out the side in the top of the 7th. We go to the bottom of the 7th now, 1-0 the score. Here is Jimmy Collins for the Athletics. His roll is a 12 for a 24. There is a little E-roll. It's a 56, so it's a ground ball over to short. Schaefer fields it, throws to first, 1 away. Jack Coombs up there now. Rolls a 24 for a 13, and he strikes out, 2 away, and here comes Ossie Streckengost. His roll is a 66 for a 0, and then it's a 36 for a 6. It's going to be a double to right center field, and that'll bring up the pitcher, Dygert. Now he's staying in this ballgame throwing a 1-hitter. And he rolls a 46 for a 29. It's a ground ball to first. Rossman fields it, flips over to Donovan, covering at the bag for the out. So we go to the top of the 8th. 1-0 the score. It's Sam Crawford, heart of the order for the Tigers. He rolls a 62 for a 12. Ground ball to first, and Davis fields that. It goes to the bag, 1 away. Ty Cobb up there now rolls a 51 for an 8, and that's a ground ball to short. Nichols fields that and goes to first. Cobb having a very quiet game, 2 away. Claude Rossman rolls a 25 for an 8, and that's a fly ball to center. Coombs has that one for the out, and we go now to the bottom of the 8th inning. It's still a precarious 1-0 lead. Here's Topsy Hartzell. Topsy rolls its 52 for a 27. Ground ball to third. Coughlin fields it and throws to first, 1 away. Simon Nichols now rolls a 61 for a 32. It's a fly ball to right field. It'll be Cobb catching that for the out, 2 away, and here's Eddie Collins. He rolls a 23 for a 32. Again, another fly ball to Cobb, and he squeezes that for the out. Go to the top of the 9th inning. It'll be Coughlin Payne, probably a pinch hitter for Payne, then Downs. Coughlin rolls a 52 for a 27. Another strikeout, 9 for Dygert. And here comes Payne, and there goes Payne. Davy Jones will pinch hit. We love having Davy Jones come up, hitting 091, but he's got a good card. His roll, though, of 35 for a 40. That's going to be a walk. So he draws a walk. Brings up Downs. He's got the 11, so they'll hit and run. Red Downs, 0 for 2 today with a bunt. Rolls a 52 for a 27. Ground ball to third. Collins fields it, throws to first, and there's 2 away. And here comes the pitcher's spot. And let's see who we're going to put in now. Charlie O'Leary, I think, is going to come into this game. So O'Leary will come in to a pinch hit. He rolls a 35 for 39, changed to 37, and they turn around and they pick the runner off of second. So they get Jones, and that does it. So the Athletics win this one 1-0. A 1-hitter thrown by Jimmy Dygert. He walked 7 in the process, but the Tigers couldn't mount any offense. And the Athletics win this one 1-0, and they have snuck into first place. Hope you enjoyed that one, and it's getting better and better. We'll talk with you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.